Have you ever wondered why Japanese children often seem so calm, polite, and cooperative, even in busy public places? If you've tried timeouts, reward charts, or endless explanations, but still struggle to get your child to listen or respect boundaries, you might be surprised to learn this. Japanese parenting isn't about being strict. It's about building a relationship where children want to do the right thing, not because they fear punishment, but because they feel connected, secure, and responsible. Welcome to Kind and Clear Parenting. Today we'll explore 7 Japanese parenting secrets that help raise respectful, emotionally intelligent kids, and how you can bring these ideas into your own home. Ready? Let's dive in. Secret number 1, teaching through example, not lectures. In Japan, parents believe that children learn best not from words, but from watching. Instead of long explanations about what's right or wrong, parents quietly model the behavior they want to see. If a child forgets to clean up their toys, a Japanese mother won't scold or nag. She'll calmly start putting the toys away and invite the child to help, saying softly, "Let's return these to their home." Here's another example. Imagine a little boy who refuses to share his crayons with a friend. Rather than stepping in with a lecture about kindness, the mother might sit beside him, pick up a few crayons, and start drawing together with both children. She might say gently, "Let's make a picture together, it's more fun when we share." No lecture, no raised voice, just quiet modeling of cooperation. This approach works because children are natural imitators. They copy what they see far more than what they're told. When they watch their parents speak gently, show respect, and take care of their surroundings, they begin to mirror those same habits. The takeaway? If you want your child to be calm, kind, and respectful, live those qualities yourself. Your behavior is their blueprint. Secret number 2, the foundation of trust, ami. At the heart of Japanese parenting is a concept called ami, a deep, secure bond built through closeness and responsiveness in early childhood. Parents believe that before a child can be independent, they first need to feel completely safe and loved. During those early years, Japanese mothers stay physically close, respond quickly to cries, and build trust through constant connection. This isn't spoiling, it's emotional security. When children feel safe, they don't need to act out for attention. They already have it. And because they trust their parents deeply, they naturally want to behave in ways that maintain that harmony. In other words, strong trust now makes discipline later much easier. Children don't behave out of fear, they behave out of love. Secret number 3, the power of we over I. Japanese culture teaches children to see themselves as part of a group, a family, a class, a community. Instead of asking, "What do you want?" parents often ask, "What's best for everyone?" For example, if a child gets loud in a restaurant, a parent might gently whisper, "Let's use our quiet voices so everyone can enjoy their meal." Here's another simple but powerful example. Imagine a child who rushes to take the first piece of cake at a family gathering. Rather than scolding, a Japanese parent might smile and say, "Let's make sure everyone gets a piece before we take seconds." It's a small moment, but it teaches a big idea that we think about others before ourselves. This isn't about suppressing individuality, it's about teaching empathy. Children learn early that their actions affect others. They understand that kindness keeps the group balanced and happy. When kids grow up thinking in terms of we, instead of me, they naturally become more considerate and cooperative, not because they're told to, but because they care. Secret number 4, responsibility through real contribution. From a very young age, Japanese children are trusted with meaningful tasks. Toddlers might help set the table, preschoolers serve lunch to classmates, older kids clean their own classrooms. The goal isn't perfection, it's participation. When children contribute to daily life, they feel capable and important. A 4-year-old who waters plants every morning learns that their actions matter. Parents don't redo the job or correct small mistakes, they thank the child sincerely. Here's another everyday example. Imagine a 6-year-old helping to pack their own lunch for school. They might choose their fruit, pour their drink, or close the lunchbox by themselves. It takes a little longer, and sometimes the apple slices aren't perfect, but the message is clear: you are capable and trusted. When parents resist the urge to take over, children learn that their effort has real value. This kind of responsibility builds confidence and self-esteem that come from being useful, not just from being praised. Children who feel they contribute to the family or community develop pride and respect for themselves and for others. Secret number 5: natural consequences instead of punishment. Rather than timeouts or threats, Japanese parents often let natural consequences teach the lesson. If a child refuses to wear a jacket, they're allowed to feel cold and then choose to put it on. If they break a toy by being rough, they experience the disappointment of not having it anymore. Here's another simple, everyday example. Imagine a child who forgets to bring their favorite snack on a family outing. Instead of rushing back home or scolding them, the parent might gently say, "That's okay, next time, we'll remember together." The child feels the small discomfort of missing out, but also learns that being prepared matters. No lecture, no punishment, just a real-life reminder that actions have consequences. Parents stay calm and compassionate, maybe saying, "That must feel disappointing. What can we learn from this?" There's no anger or "I told you so." The situation itself becomes the teacher. This works because kids learn responsibility without resentment. They see that their choices have real outcomes, and over time, this leads to genuine self-discipline rather than obedience driven by fear. Secret number 6: gentle persistence, not power struggles. Japanese parents tend to avoid direct confrontation. Instead of demanding immediate obedience, they guide their children with patience and calm repetition. Imagine a child refusing to leave the playground. A Japanese parent won't yell or drag them away. She might kneel down, acknowledge the feeling. "I know you're having fun and don't want to leave," and then offer a gentle choice. "We need to go now, but we can come back tomorrow. Do you want one more slide, or should we say goodbye to the swings?" Here's another everyday example. Picture a toddler who refuses to put on their shoes before going out. Instead of turning it into a battle, the parent might sit beside them and say calmly, "I see you don't feel like putting them on right now. That's okay, but shoes help protect our feet when we walk outside." Then they patiently wait, offering help if needed, or gently repeating the expectation. "When you're ready, let's put them on together." The parent doesn't give in or get angry, they stay calm, consistent, and kind. Secret number 7: emotional regulation through calm presence. When a child melts down, many parents react with frustration or panic. Japanese parents do the opposite. They become the calm in the storm. They don't yell or lecture. They stay close, keep their tone soft, and model self-control. They might whisper, "I'm here with you. Let's breathe together." Over time, children internalize this calm. They learn that big emotions are normal and manageable. This emotional steadiness becomes the root of self-discipline. Because when a child learns to pause, breathe, and self-soothe, they can handle disappointment, follow instructions, and recover from frustration, all the skills that lead to emotional maturity. Now that you know these 7 Japanese parenting secrets, how can you use them at home? You don't need to change everything overnight. Start small. Pick 1 or 2 ideas that fit your current challenges. If responsibility is the issue, try secret number 4. Give your child one small daily task that matters. If you're stuck in power struggles, focus on gentle persistence. If emotions run high, start modeling calmness. The key is consistency. Japanese parenting works not because it's perfect, but because it's patient. Over time, these habits grow deep roots, creating respect, empathy, and self-control that last for life. Remember, you don't have to parent like you live in Japan. You just need to parent with intention, showing trust, calmness, and connection. Maybe you're already using some of these principles without realizing it. Or maybe one of them is exactly what your family needs right now. Which of these 7 secrets speaks to you most? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to learn from your experience. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more practical, heart-centered parenting tips. Because parenting isn't a race to perfection, it's a lifelong journey of learning, growing, and loving together.